Channel TT.
I would say good morning to you all, but in fact, it's the worst morning ever. I can't believe I'm standing in front of thousands of people in the cathedral we plan to visit later this year. All of this seems so unreal. One of those nightmares that you never thought you'd had. Friday morning, we were together, eating breakfast and drinking some Starbucks. Eating was probably our favorite hobby. Maybe that's why we gained those extra pounds. Friday morning began just like every other morning before work. You were always my big spoon, watching Netflix, YouTube law enforcement shorts, read me your emails, and wait for your mom to come home. You packed your book bag because we had to leave before 2, and really, before 2 sharp, because of your ICO sergeant. You would drive me home and say goodbye with 3 kisses all the time, and texted me when you were 84. That was our routine. At around 15:15, I received a BRB roll call text. And throughout our day, you told me about your jobs till it was EOT. This Friday was different. We had an argument. You know, it's hard being a cop wife sometimes. It's hard being patient when plans were canceled, or we would go days without seeing each other, or when you had to write a report. It would take forever because you had to vouch for so many things. So you did OT. Or when you had a bad day at work because an EDP drove you nuts. But you always reminded me that it was going to be all right. We were going to get through it. This Friday we were arguing because I didn't want you to use your job phone while we were together. You were so mad that you took your LeBron jersey down, gave me your chain, and put the lotions I gave you for your ashy hands in the bag and said, "Here, take them." We left your apartment, and because I didn't want to continue to argue, I ordered an Uber. You asked me if you are sure that you don't want me to take you home, it might be the last ride I give you. I said no, and that was probably the biggest mistake I ever made. Later that day, I received the call I wish none of you that are sitting here with me will ever receive. I had gotten a notification from the Citizen app, which was my central, and I saw that 2 police officers were shot in Harlem. My heart dropped. I immediately texted you and asked you, are you okay? Please tell me you're okay. I know that you're mad right now, but just text me you're okay. At least tell me you're busy. I get no response. We used to share locations on Find My iPhone, and when I check yours, I see that you're at Harlem Hospital. I thought maybe you were sitting on a perp, but still, nothing. I called, and then called again, and then called one more time. And this time, I felt something wasn't right. I messaged P.O. David and Joe because I knew they were your friends from the 3-2. And I get no response. Then I get a call asking if I'm Jason's wife. And then I had to rush to the hospital. Walking up those steps, seeing everybody staring at me was the scariest moment I've experienced. Nobody was telling me anything. Thousands of people were surrounding me, and yet I felt alone. I couldn't believe you left me. Seeing you in a hospital bed, wrapped up in sheets, not hearing you when I was talking to you, broke me. I asked why. I said to you, wake up, baby. I'm here. The little bit of hope I had that you would come back to life just to say goodbye or say I love you one more time had left. I was lost. I'm still lost. Today I'm still in this nightmare that I wish I never had, full of rage and anger, hurt and sad, torn. Although I gained thousands of blue brothers and sisters, I'm the loneliest without you. I know you're looking at me and beside me telling me I could do this, and I'm trying. Trust me, I am. But I didn't prepare for this. None of us did. Jason and I met in elementary school, Amistad, all the way up to 8th grade. We had the time of our lives. He was part of the cool kids crew. There was never a dull moment with him around. He was the class clown, got me in trouble a couple of times, had our teachers sit us away from each other because we couldn't focus. And we never thought that our innocent childhood love would lead us to marriage. Even when we said I do, we couldn't believe we said it. October 9th was the happiest day of our lives. I know I drove you crazy saying I love you so many times that you would stop replying I love you more. But you made me feel alive. You make me feel alive. And Jason is so happy right now that all of you are here. Through pain and sorrow, this is exactly how he would have wanted to be remembered. Like a true hero. Or like I used to call him, Big P.O. Rivera. You have the whole nation on gridlock. And although you won't be here anymore, I want you to live through me. The system continues to fail us. We are not safe anymore. Not even the members of the service. I know you were tired of these laws, especially the ones from the new DA. I hope he's watching you speak through me right now. I'm sure all of our blue family is tired too. But I promise, we promise, that your death won't be in vain. I love you to the end of time. We'll take the watch from here.
Thank you, Cardinal Dolan. Today, we salute Police Officer Jason Rivera for the last time. His journey by our side has ended. He takes another path. He can still hear us from a distance. He hears our voices. He hears our prayers. He hears our hopes. We as a city, as a state, and as a nation, we say thank you, Jason. Today our hearts are with his beautiful family. I still remember watching them in the hospital and just feeling the pain that moved throughout the entire hospital, as not only the police officers, but the staffs, the doctors, the people in the community felt the pain as we all mourned his loss. And a special prayer for his wonderful wife, Dominique. High school sweethearts, love at first sight. Just watching her as she was engulfed in the pain of losing her husband. Only married for a few months, October 9th, 2021. It was clear the love was present as she walked inside the hospital, and I saw just the collapse of emotion of losing her husband to senseless violence. And to her parents, Anna and Daniel, all they ask is just for justice for their son, and justice for the children of this city. Parents wanted what every parent desires. I say to you, we're sorry. We're sorry. And Jason was the first person in his family to become a police officer. As I thought about him, I could not help but to reflect on my life. Disappointed in my observation, but watching the desire of the police department to build new bridges, he decided to go inside and help from within. And he was committed to that desire. And he did it for the right reasons. He wanted to make a difference. He wanted to become a police officer. And also thought about Jeffrey, what it means to be a big brother, Jeffrey. All you want is the best for your baby brother. You spend your entire life trying to protect them from harm. and feel hopeless when something devastating happens. And we have a tendency to blame ourselves when that happens. Please don't do that. Your brother was a hero, and he understood the bonds of brotherhood and what it means to be a brother, and how painful this parting is for you. And I remember looking at your face and thinking about Bernard, my baby brother. And all I can say to you is that you have physically lost your brother, but you have gained me as your brother. And I thank you for what you have done to have this wonderful human being become a member of the New York City Police Department, and how you guided him throughout his life. You did your job so he can do his job. Jason was fortunate enough to also have a wonderful extended family. Dominique's parents, Liliana and Jimmy, and their children, his siblings-in-law. The entire Dominican community, as well as the entire city of New York, is in mourning, but it also lifts up our acknowledgement of how much first-generation New Yorkers play a vital role in the fabric of this city. He was a first-generation New Yorker, son of immigrants. Example how we can come together as a city. He's a hero, and our fellow New Yorkers acknowledge that. And we grieve for all of them, as well as his family. And with the family of his fallen partner, Officer Wilbert Mora, our hearts go out to his family. But also want to speak to my men and women that wear and adorn the uniform every day. Once a cop is always a cop. It never goes away. Every retired member inside this church and in this city feels the pain. I think about Glenn Martin, the husband of my longtime chief advisor, Ingrid Martin. He gave me a picture of his son that I hung in my locker every day as a rookie cop and throughout my 22-year career. And I was afraid that one day I will have to tell his family that he was not coming home. And it concerned me. And there were days when I thought the public did not understand and appreciate the job we were doing. And I want to tell you officers, they do. They do. Don't ever give up on the people of this city, because they will never give up on you. And every day when I see New Yorkers, they say thank the men and women of the New York City Police Department. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for what you do every day. You stand in the gap of safety. And these two fine men watered the tree of safety that allows us to sit under its shade from the hot sun of violence. You play a vital role in the prosperity of this city. And today is a morning for all of you. The tragic death of your brother in blue uniform is a stark reminder of what is on the line every day. And I'm here sitting next to the governor of the state of New York and Senator Chuck Schumer and other electeds. We are committed to giving you the resource to do your jobs and ensure that we can keep the people of this city safe. It takes courage to put on the uniform and the badge, to answer the call, to serve the cause of justice in every sense of the word. Cardinal Dolan, this is a biblical moment. Scripture states, Greater love have no one than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. That is what Jason did. He gave his life defending his fellow New Yorkers. That greater love unites us here today, standing side by side. There has been a tremendous amount of sadness and grief in our city. But as I travel, I see something special about New York. Inside the crevices of violence and uncertainty and COVID, inside the uncertainty of what tomorrows are alike, I see love and hope and opportunity. We are New Yorkers. I believe in this city with all my heart, and I know what we're capable of doing as we lift up this family and the families who are experiencing and feeling this violence. We care about each other. That's what makes this city possible. The courage of officers like Jason Rivera. The hearts of 8.8 million people are reaching out and mourning today, and we will ensure everything within our powers to not lose our family members through this senseless violence. I cannot thank you enough for your contribution. And although your loved one has taken a physical transformation into the spiritual realm, we know he's always with us. And this city will become a better place because of his sacrifice. God bless New York. God bless the New York City Police Department. God bless America.
This is Channel TT.